Where does he get that wonderful hair?
Cause the Giants stink.
What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. Recently did a video about the Spurs starting lineup, and some folks said yes, he should be put back into the starting lineup. Some folks said he should stay on the bench. And then there's a crowd that says, get rid of Jeremy Sochan. The question I have is, do we need the Sochan? Do I think we should keep him? We'll answer that in a moment, but first let's get to the article from Air Elmo that is defending Jeremy Sochan. Let's get into it. And I haven't been able to fact check this, but I'm gonna assume if they're posting it, hopefully it's true. Before Jeremy Sochan got injured, the Spurs were 12th in offensive rebounding and 5th in overall rebounds. Both ranks dropped when he was out. In the 4 games since he's been back, the Spurs are 4th in overall rebounding and 1st in offensive rebounds. The Polish Prince, by the way, he's looking pretty jacked in this photo. Do say so myself. Jeremy Sochan's defense and rebounding elevate the Spurs. I agree. The real criminal of San Antonio's season is attrition. Injuries have forced the Spurs to utilize 4 different starting lineups already through 21 games, with bench players rotating in and out and in and out and in and out. Mama's gotta squeeze Vaxadic. I'm sorry. Victor Wembanyama, Dan Vassell, Jeremy Sochan, Trey Jones, Kelvin Johnson, Zach Collins, and Charles Bassey have all missed games. Oh boy, they sure have. With so many important players missing time, rotations are thrown off. And it can be difficult to find a real rhythm. And we've seen that with our guys. Since there's constantly different lineups out there, Mitch has, to his credit or discredit, depending how you look at it, has gone with some interesting combinations at times. And for a young team still trying to find their way, it makes winning more of a grind than it already is when you constantly have different rotations out there. People always look for a person to blame. And I guess it's easy to blame the player with green hair who shoots poorly from the outside. Yeah, Jeremy Sochan and, dare I say, Kelvin Johnson have kind of been the fingers get pointed their way a lot when the Spurs are losing. Trade Kelvin, trade Jeremy, something I hear a lot. Respect your opinion. Don't agree with it, but I do respect it. Conveniently, they ignore that the Polish Prince is averaging 14.5 points per game while shooting 50% from the field, both career highs. But since he's not great from 3, and he's not this year shooting around 21%, a career worst, he's supposedly a detriment to the team. That couldn't be further from the truth. Oh, really? Say it ain't so. This organization's reputation, our Spurs, has been built on defense and rebounding. It's been that way for decades. So undervaluing the best versatile defender and one of the best rebounders on the team is baffling. That's fair. There's so much focus on offense these days that tunnel vision has taken hold of NBA fan bases, and I can see what you're saying to a degree. A lot of focus on offense, floor spacing, three-point shooting, and I get all that is needed in today's modern NBA, but defense still can win championships, and we're putting together a very strong defensive team with the foundation being built with Wemby, Sochan, Castle, etc. I like what we're doing. Yes, we need offense to score, and yes, we want floor spacing around Wemby, and again, if he's firing off 10 threes a game, floor spacing won't be needed in that case. Anyway, most of the people truly understand the value of defense. Most of the people truly understand the value of defense, but since the Spurs aren't winning at a rate they can't be more excited about, we're doing better than last year, guys, they have to find someone to blame. It would be more reasonable to understand that patience is needed as they're all growing into the players they're supposed to be. Aren't we still like the 3rd youngest team in the NBA? We're young. None of the Spurs core players have reached their prime, and many aren't even close. Once you realize that, you understand the journey back to the top will take more time. And it will, but it'll be a fun, exciting ride. And now let's get into TSR's opinion. Is it time to move on? No, not at all. And this is a series I do once in a while, a time to move on series where it's like, is this player, is it time to move past them and look to trade them? And I say no, let's keep the Sochan. And the reason being, let's not forget, this was our 9th overall pick just 2 years ago in 2022. And I didn't realize this young, I forgot. Jeremy is 21. He's only 21. He played 1 year of college ball, and this technically would be his senior year in college hoop, where you'd still be developing your game, unless you're a unicorn like Wemby, Kobe, LeBron, etc. Jeremy is nowhere near his prime, and I do see improvements over last year and the year before. Yes, Spurs fans, I understand his three-point shooting is an issue. I'm not oblivious to that. You know what? Three-point shooting, you know, three-point shooting is an issue. Stephon Castle, Kelvin Johnson, Trey Jones, Zach Collins, etc., etc., etc. Now, the difference between, let's say, Jeremy and Stefan is when Steph misses, he'll keep firing away. He'll tell the defense, hey, you leave me open, I'm going to keep taking the shot. Might not make it, but I'm going to keep taking it. And he sometimes does start making them and hitting a bunch in a row. Jeremy may hesitate taking the three or may stop altogether if he's missed a couple. That would probably be the one biggest difference I see with his shooting as opposed to some of the guys that don't shoot well on the team. Kellen's another example. He'll keep firing them. It might go 1 of 8, but they're still going up, in or not. Listen, Jeremy is a versatile defender that can defend the 1 through 4. He has defended the 5, but mixed results depending on the center. If the opposing team's going a small ball lineup, then sure, he can do that. If they're using a big center like Vucevic, it'd probably not go around too well. And we mentioned this early in the article in Air Almo, Jeremy is our best offensive rebounder. If we're being honest, Wemby's not going to grab a lot of offensive rebounds out there firing threes. We need somebody who can do the dirty work in the paint, and he's been that guy this year. I think he's going to be a really good player for us. I think he's going to be one of the big building pieces with Wemby, Vassell, Castle, Sochan, and then insert player here. I think we're one player away. No disrespect to Julian Champagny or any other guys on the roster, or Harrison Barnes, or anybody that's been a starter. I think those are extremely valuable assets off the bench, but are they final products in the starting lineup? Barnes, no, at this point in his career. Could Champagny still develop into a starter? I mean, he's a starter now and playing well, but could he be a guy that averages 15 points a game and becomes a 3D player? Maybe, I don't know. He's developing nicely, but I think he'd be a fantastic player off the bench more so than a starting role. Jeremy still also has time to develop his three-point shot. I was looking up Bruce Bowen. You all know who he is. He became a legit three-point shooter at around the age of 30. Now, I hope it does not take 9 more years for Jeremy to develop a three-point shot, but we got to give him some time. I really like about the facts we're I'm kind of going off on a tangent here, but you need that guy that'll maybe talk a little smack to the other team, get in their face, do the dirty work in the paint, but not get a lot of bonehead technicals or throw it out in the game. Zach Collins is that guy too, but Zach tends to get fouls and technicals left and right, and Jeremy kind of has that, get under your skin, and then he'll walk away. He'll just, or push you, shove you, and then walk away. I'm good. And that's what we need. The guy that kind of do that stuff, but not to the level that he's called a dirty player. Just a guy that, will do that, be the dog, give me some nasty in the paint. I think he's that guy, and I like what I'm seeing out of him this year. I like to see what are the offensive rebounding. Look, I'm frustrated with some parts of his game too. The three-point shooting, sometimes he fires the thing off, and I'm like, oh my God. Oh, I just knocked my microphone off the table. Oh no, I messed up my mic. Well, the camera just froze, so I'm going to wrap it up there. Itching face, I knocked my camera out when I did the swing there, but drop a comment down below. Your thoughts, Jeremy Sochan, are you in the same boat as me that we should give him some patience, let his game develop, or are you already in the boat of, time to move on? Hit the thumbs up if you like, support the channel. This is ridiculous. I'm sorry. What a face. Hit the thumbs up if you like, support the channel, and subscribe to become part of the best Spurs community on YouTube. I thank you, and as always, go Spurs, go.
Go Spurs, go, 'cause the Giants